The Bible teaches us to love thy neighbor, but in a world where man thinks little of others and lives to serve only himself, one man cares about all way too much.
Doctor, this man needs a penis transplant immediately or he'll die!
The new penises are backordered and won't show up until Wednesday! What will we ever do?
Don't worry. You can use my penis.
Really?
You must. I care so much.
Christopher Lambert stars as Jesus Le Bouvier de Messerschmitt, the man who cared too much.
Here's your order, sir.
I asked for curly fries.
Oh, jeez, I'm so...
No, don't apologize. It's not your fault. You can take my food and eat it. No! It's too unhealthy for you. You could get a disease. Come with me. I will make you food that will be both nourishing and prevent diseases.
That won't be necessary.
You don't understand. I care too much.
He's got the heart the size of a whale's and an accent that can't be placed.
So, are you French or German or...
I care too much to be identified as a member of any race except the human race.
A spider! Kill it!
No, you must not. I love it.
The Man Who Cared Too Much. Coming soon to VHS and Betamax.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. With me is my lovely wife and Dame Judi Dench wannabe, Jackie. How are you doing, Jackie?
Well, I'm just dandy.
Good. And also with us is
I want to be Judi Dench too.
Dame Judi Dench. How about David Carradine wannabe?
John Carradine, how about that?
Sando Sam, the Sandwich Man. How are you, Sam?
I'm okay.
Good, good. We got a lot of stuff to go through. We got a big show, so let's get right to the Netflix do's and don'ts. Starting out with the animated Robert Zemeckis Beowulf and the post follow-up to our Christopher Lambert Beowulf experience that we're about to undertake. I didn't watch it.
You didn't even make it through all the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just don't do it.
I don't know. I can't call it.
Yeah?
It's interesting watching Beowulf fight people naked.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
The Angelina Jolie body, whatever they did in the computer is something else, but it's not very good.
What do you mean something else? Like,
they made a body of a woman in the computer model of the female body, and it is like, well, that's the way you'd want it to look.
okay.
She's naked, like, it's just
I don't know what that means.
When real women, like, if you could make a perfect woman body, they
Like,
did.
she looks like a comic book character or
No.
Barbie.
In between, like, it's not like that. It's like, almost perfect, but you realize that it's just too perfect.
Like
there's
Terry
no
Garr
lines.
1972.
Yes.
I gotcha. Okay, now I'm on the page. But no good, huh?
No.
No.
Why? I thought it was good. You both looked at me and was like, yeah, it was decent. I always thought it was shit.
I said it was interesting.
Huh.
Interesting is not good, necessarily.
All right.
Yeah, it was just different because it was a cartoon that wasn't really a cartoon. But,
Animated feature.
yeah, it was an animated feature, and it bothered me, and
Okay.
yeah.
It just wasn't very compelling. It didn't have a lot of anything that wasn't very good. Grendel wasn't very good. That's
right.
the problem.
Well, wait till you get a load of this pile of crap. I'm sure Grendel's gonna suck.
Well, I haven't even gotten to that part, and the karate and the techno music and Christopher Lambert was enough that, or Lambert or whatever the hell his name is,
Lambert.
was enough that I was like, oh god, I gotta turn this off. Because I was just gonna watch this for a do's and don't, and I was like, whoa, this is too hot.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get to that. Next, we got Iron Sky, the director's cut.
I say don't.
Jackie?
What was this one about again?
The Nazis on the moon.
Oh, I like that one.
Huh.
I say do.
Okay. I'm gonna go with also, don't. Don't believe the hype.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. And it wasn't clever.
It was so close to being something, in my opinion.
I thought it was close a couple of times, but it didn't hold on to any of its own good ideas.
Lost it and then got churchy at the end. Like, you're looking for a moral. Like, it's labeling itself like there's some moral that you're supposed to get, and you're just like, be cool to each other? That's it? That's what you're giving me? So I say don't.
Which, if you want a movie that has a good message of being excellent to one another...
Bill and Ted's.
Bill and Ted's.
Jackie gives it a do, though, huh?
Yeah.
You want to defend it at all?
I just thought it was an interesting storyline.
That there's Nazis on the moon.
Yeah. And
That's
that
like
they come
every
back
comic book ever.
Oh, well, I don't read a lot of comic books, so...
Okay. All right.
I thought it was pretty good.
Lame. Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. With Corey Feldman.
Don't.
You don't like it at all.
I didn't like this one.
Okay. Even though it's like the most horror movie of all of them. There's no comedic elements. It's all supposed to be scary. There's cats jumping out of fucking cupboards and people running their hands over piano wires and all sorts of scary moments. They're just like every movie that you do like, but this one's no good, huh?
Well, no, because it's Friday the 13th, and I want it to have a little bit of stupidity to it, and that's what I expect out of those movies. And so when it tried to be something that it isn't, I didn't like it. I mean, it was fine. I mean, I watched it. It was okay, but I mean, there are better things out there to watch. Like Iron Sky.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I would definitely not go that far. I kind of liked it. I'm with you 100% that it's not a Friday movie. It is, but it's a Friday movie for all the wrong reasons, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it isn't fun. It's not a good time.
Well, at that point, it is a Friday movie because the Friday movie's up to 4. 3 is the only one that's any fun.
I thought number 2 was silly.
Number 2 is the one where he has the potato sack on his head.
Yeah.
That wasn't really...
I may be unintentionally silly,
Yeah.
but it's still the same.
But it tried to be really scary.
Yeah,
Whereas 3
sure.
doesn't really try to
No.
be very scary at all.
No. I was hoping for, like, this is the start where the franchise, because I thought 3 was like, okay, I think that they are fooling around with some stuff here and maybe, like, testing some waters with the franchise that, hey, we're gonna sprinkle in some silly here and see if people like it, and people did. Like, number 3 was the highest grossing, Friday movie that existed. And then 4 came out and it was all just back to doom and gloom, and it's basically the knockoff of Halloween. I mean, he's just an unkillable death machine, and that's all he does is wander around and kill people. And
not even in a creative way.
Not really in a creative way. Just, stabbing people.
Yeah.
Just stabbing people.
So that wasn't even entertaining for me.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a don't as well, even though I think it's a decent film.
Joe Zito.
Yeah, Joe Zito. Yeah, that is another kind of like, oh shit, this is going to be out of control, and it's not. Last but not least is Evolver with a very young Ethan Embry, Q from Star Trek The Next Generation, whatever that guy's name is, and Ferris Bueller's mom.
Don't.
You don't
Said that you loved
remember
it.
shit. I
Last
asked
week,
you
you thought it was the greatest
next
movie
day, so
ever.
did you finish Evolver? And you're like, I loved it! It was great! Do you even remember Evolver? Or do you just, like, once...
Yeah, this is the one with the robot. Yeah, okay, wait. I'm gonna change that. It is a do.
Boy.
Because it was... I don't know. It did entertain me and I did like it, but, like... Reflecting back, is it something that I would be like, oh my god, you have to watch this? No. But should you watch it if you're bored? Yes.
Okay. Alright. Well, I'm gonna give it a riveting do. Absolutely must do. I think it's the second best killer robot bad movie behind Chopping Mall. I think it was awesome because it's billed and delivered at the beginning as is like any other cheesy 90s, this is the future. We shall all have robots. And they all happen to be giant or killing machines where they just want to kill you. And then you expect, like, the good guys in the movie to take on this robot with, like guns and fight it and deliver some lines like, you're finished, robot, or game over, Buster. But then the robot starts killing everybody, and he's the one giving out one-liners.
Mm-hmm.
Like Q's about to get exploded, and he's like, delete program, because he's the guy that wrote the program, giving commands to Evolver, and Evolver's like, delete this. Exploded! I was like, yes! Woohoo! I loved Evolver.
I liked how the robot changed.
Yeah,
Depending on his
and
level.
it fucking transforms into a new oh my god, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I highly recommend Evolver. I can't believe more people haven't seen Evolver. Everybody chopping mall, which I love. It's a really good Wynorski film, but Evolver is extremely underrated in my opinion.
I just can't. The teenagers piss me off so bad.
Teenagers always piss you off.
Oh yeah, but I thought it was fun. I don't like it as much as I like Death Machine either. I thought Chopping Mall 1,
I definitely like it better than
Death Machine 2, and then I don't know if this is 3, but it's up there in that area.
Yeah, good time. All right, so there's your Netflix do's and don'ts. We'll have to delve deeper into that this week. Hopefully Netflix. I've been keeping my eye on what's coming and going on Netflix. They're starting to walk away from the stinkers and trying to just be like, every month we're just going to give you a bunch of movies that are fives out of 10s.
I think
just
that-
middle of the road bleh stuff.
That it's just the app for your Xbox is just
No. You can look it up every month.
Oh.
They release. These are the new movies that are coming out this month on Netflix. A complete list and what they're taking away, and it just seems like a 5, a 5, a 5, a 5, and 4, a 6. Guess what? You've already seen that 6. 1,000 times. Oh, fuck. Great. I'm a little disappointed with Netflix lately. Hopefully they kind of... We only want 1s and 9s, Netflix. So this week, big news. It's award season. You're well aware.
Yep.
We did our award show 2 weeks ago, I think. Well, the Razzies came out yesterday, the 15th. The nominations for the Razzie Awards, the Golden Raspberries. Did you guys take a look at them by chance?
I didn't get a chance to.
Nope.
Yeah, you both suck. There's a couple things that I want to talk about, and it seems like this has been a pervading trend with the Razzies lately. Now, if you don't know what the Raspberries are, they're kind of like the Oscars, the opposite Oscars. They're the preeminent awards for bad movies for each year, and they're the winners are determined, and actually the nominees are determined in the exact same manner that we determine ours. Members of the Razzie Foundation, or whatever it's called, all vote. The highest voted number wins, but the nominations are determined or put out there and read. Go, what?
No, I thought that was a very good way. The nominations are all, they're put out there and read.
Yeah, they're put out there and read. Well, they're read by me.
The people get together and they do a thing.
The only one I want to talk about or mention or give the nominees for is Worst Picture. Just so you guys we're all on the same page here. Saving Christmas, which is not much of a surprise.
Shouldn't be on there.
It shouldn't, but that's our rules, not necessarily theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Legend of Hercules, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Left Behind, and Transformers: Age of Extinction. Here's my problem with the Razzies this year, and like I say, this is an increasing trend, it seems like. There are 15 nominations for comedy movies. There's only 5 awards. So, again, comedy movies, they all stink. They stink. Obviously, they stink if there's 15 goddamn nominations.
Yeah.
I'm getting blank stares here. What's
Well, they are out there, the Razzies, to identify, this is their worst movie, and they don't disqualify comedies, and that's their thing.
Yeah, but
and these are the worst
every
movies.
comedy is nominated for Razzie. Why are people even making comedies?
Well, at some point, someone's going to make a good comedy.
Well, we all need to
You need
let
to-
down our hair every once in a while and not be so dramatic.
What?
Every year, Adam Sandler's sitting there thinking, like, you know what, I've been taking it really seriously for a while. I should make a comedy that's going to be nominated for the Razzies. Again.
That's right.
Huh.
And then he does it, and then he wins, and he's like, I would just like to thank myself.
I just think that in the annals of time, When man looks back 30 years later and is like, you know what was the worst movie that year? And there's this 10-year streak of every fucking year, it's a goddamn comedy that wins all the fucking awards in Razzie. That sucks.
You know what? What if it's the worst movie? And they've been the worst movie. Honestly, that shit, that 10 Million Ways to Die in the West, that was fucking
Isn't
terrible.
nominated for Worst Picture.
That's too bad, because it was fucking awful.
You know what is nominated?
Huh.
Transformers Age of Extinction. 7 nominations for Transformers Age of Extinction.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Here's another fun fact and a trend in the Razzies. Every Transformers movie has been up for Worst Picture. Every fucking year. And this one, in my opinion, is clearly the best. And it's really not that bad. It's just incredibly long and incredibly bleh. Like, yeah, if it was 2 hours, you might have been like, that was just a dumb movie. That was just really long and boring. But it's 3 hours, and so you're suffering. You can't... Go ahead.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I don't think it's that bad either.
To be honest, though, those guys have it out for Michael Bay.
They do. They absolutely do.
And that's...
Pain and Gain wasn't nominated. last
No,
year.
it wasn't bad. As far as I know, I didn't get to see it, but I heard good things. Anyway, I think that there's a lot of... They have it out for a lot of people. They have it out for Adam Sandler.
Mhm.
They have it out for Michael Bay. And that, it's the same group of people. I guess that's where their flaw, their tragic flaw is that they get stuck on things.
Yeah. Well, do you think that they're watching everything that we're watching?
Probably.
I bet those guys watch 2 movies a week at the theater.
It's not those guys. It's a committee. It's
Yeah, it's
all the members. So you pay $50 to the Razzie Foundation or
They
whatever
all,
it is,
live down
and
in...
you get to vote.
Oh. Well, I thought, what's the guy that runs it?
I can't remember his name.
And he's a film critic. He probably watches... He probably goes to the theater or watches 4 theatrical movies a week, so...
Yeah. According to their website, everybody has an equal vote. If you pay the $50 per year, you get to vote on the Razzies. We are not members.
That's a lot of money.
$50 to toss a vote out there.
No thanks.
Yeah, no thanks.
We have our own thing that's...
Yeah.
Doesn't
Free!
cost us money, and it's more exclusive, because you guys can send $50, and we'll just spend it. We're not even going to give you a vote. We're just going to spend your money is now our money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Transformers Age of Extinction is like, did you guys see frickin' Winter's Tale?
Or Sin City. Sin City 2 was offensively bad.
I don't get it.
Yeah, Winter's Tale was still better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
No, it
or
wasn't.
the Transformers.
Oh, Winter's Tale is
wait,
the
was
stupidest
not.
thing that's ever existed.
I loved it.
So dumb. I loved it too. That doesn't mean that it is a good movie. This is
well,
a movie.
it's way better than those two.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was not.
I was at least entertained.
It is so stupid, Jackie. It is so dumb.
Well,
Yeah,
that's how I felt
absolutely.
about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Transformers.
I wasn't entertained
well.
by either of those either. But,
It's like, it was just stupid.
well, there you go. There you go. That which will lead into my next thing that I want to talk about, because Jackie didn't take the time to come up with a rant this week. A new segment.
Wait. On-air chastising. Nice.
Shame. For shame.
Shame.
I'm not
Hey,
shamed. I've
I-
had diarrhea all week.
Oh, there we go.
I think she gets to get thrown under the bus because this is the first week that you and I have done all of the writing for this show.
Ah.
So we're pulling all the weight, and she's over there pooping it up. So I get.
I'm using all the toilet paper in this house.
totally think that we can make fun of her.
I have the flu.
Be a bum. Literally. Okay, so new segment. It's called Super Important Stuff. And each week that we do this, which is Jackie dependent, I'm just going to have one in the hopper just in case you don't write one.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm out of a segment.
So
Woo!
it's not.
No.
It's not a debate. There's no right or wrong answers. But each week I'm going to give you guys a topic, and I want you to do your very best to kind of explain your thoughts on this topic.
Okay.
So this week, because again it is award season,
Yes.
and the Oscars came out, the Oscar nominations came out the same day as the Razzies. We are in a hot debate over this. What's the worst picture business? You know, you think that a movie that's shit, but you liked it, you were entertained by it, is better or worse, no, better than a movie that was just kind of non-existent. So, define best picture. And I want to give you guys a little scenario. you're members of the Academy in the scenario, which isn't pay $50 and you get to vote. You have to be part of the industry. You have to be invited in.
Mhm.
And I want to give you guys a little bit more information. Did you know that for every other category in the Oscars, for instance, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Editor, only people in that category can vote for the winner? For instance, only editors can vote for Best Editor. Only directors can vote for Best Director. Only actors and actresses can vote for Best Actor and Actress.
Well, that makes sense, though, because you understand
Absolutely.
that job and
That's
what goes
your
into
craft. You are an expert in that field. Fun fact, Best Picture is the only one where every member of the Academy gets to vote.
I know a stunt coordinator, and I used to get his screener copies for Best Picture.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened in a long time, because I don't talk to him anymore, but every year I used to, because he would vote for stunts, and they would, and he was also a producer, but he would send me, after he watched them, the VHSs that were letterboxed and everything of all of the screener copies for Best Picture, and it was awesome. But yeah, he used to get a vote for Best Picture.
Right.
And I think I'll get to that a little bit later, but I think that's one of the problems with the Best Picture.
Okay. Well, get to it now. Go ahead and define.
I was going to let Jackie go first.
Okay,
'cause I wrote down
why
the whole
don't
thing
you
here.
define what if you're a member of the Academy? How do you vote?
Well, one, it has to have a good story.
Okay,
Or a story that at least entertains me. It doesn't have to be believable. I don't care about that.
sure.
But I have to be able to get into the storyline. It has to do something emotional for me.
Okay,
Whether that's happiness or sadness or whatever. It has to do something emotionally. It has to make me connect to the movie.
Mhm.
And then it has to be something that I'll actually want to visually see. Because
it's a movie.
Let's think about this. Like Centipede. Human Centipede.
Yeah, sure.
It was a pretty good story.
Is it?
You know, it was horrific story.
That's not a good.
That's not a good story.
It's
But
a
you know
concept.
what?
It's like if
It's
we're
a
gonna
short
make a
film.
movie
I did not-
about people's butts on mouths.
I did not want to watch that movie, though. Visually, it disturbed me, and I
Okay.
didn't like it.
So you're not using human centipede. Sorry, South Park. That is an example. You just don't want to have a movie where you don't want to see icky things.
Well, I think that sometimes you can take it too far.
Fat naked people.
I don't care about that. The
Pu-
raping
pu-
of children. Yes,
Okay,
I care
okay,
about that.
all right.
That is too...
Puking people.
I don't like puking.
Sure. Okay. Doesn't matter how good of a story or all the other details. If there's something that you don't like that's icky and you don't want to see, you're not good on that.
No.
Okay. All right. Continue.
And, really, it has to have some good acting. Because if I don't believe that the actors are... If I can't lose myself in the film and believe that the actors are the people who they're playing, then it's like... Especially when there's somebody famous like Angelina Jolie.
Mm-hmm.
If she's just being Angelina Jolie in this movie, but her name is Anne.
Okay.
Or Sally or whatever.
Sure.
Then I'm like, no, that's not believable to me.
All right. So typecasting's out. The guy's playing the same character every time.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you're just like, oh,
Sure.
well, that's just who you are.
Right.
And that's not...
Doesn't that go into the best actor category then?
No, because that's not really acting. You're just being an asshole like you usually are.
All right. So good acting, good story, no icky stuff.
No icky stuff. And it has to have an emotional pull.
Okay, emotional pull. Sammy?
If I had a vote, I would vote for a blend of aesthetic and message, taking all of the elements of the film into
Oh, I'm sorry. Did
consideration.
you use the word aesthetic?
Aesthetic.
Aesthetic, yes, I used the
Huh.
word aesthetic.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Trying to sound smart
If
over
you-
there.
That's
It's like
the
a
word
common
in
word.
used to describe film is the aesthetic versus the content of the story.
The looky-loo of the story.
The looky-loo of a story.
Yeah.
right.
Use the proper vernacular here, Sam. Looky-loo of the
All right.
story.
Anyway, if you take all of the aspects of the film into consideration, in terms of its technicality, and then also the story and how cohesively they work together to tell that story, that's what I would give my vote on. However, when you think about now, the vast majority of films that are up for Best Picture, they're technically problematic. All of the films that are up there, technically speaking, are basically flawless. You might have a quibble with something that happens here or there, but these are all movies that are shot and edited properly. There's no flaws with their presentation for the most part.
There's nobody putting a baby into a model ship into the New York harbor and saying, "See you later, baby. Hope you don't get eaten by fucking sharks." And then he turns into Colin Farrell and has sex with a woman 14 years younger than him, who dies from having sex. Nothing like that.
That has nothing to do. That would be story.
Yeah, well, still.
I mean, you don't have bad cuts. You don't have underexposed shots. You don't have things like that. The movie has been shot perfectly, edited seamlessly.
Yeah.
The actors are competent, at least in every role.
Okay.
The presentation as a whole, generally on Best Picture nominees, is sound.
Okay, all right.
All of those aspects are already there in these.
Right.
So now you have to start looking at how those aspects add to the story that's being told.
Okay.
How is the way that it's shot not just making it to where you can see the film, but it's adding to the story of the film? Well, anyway, if you can get your technical aspects to not just help present the film to a wider audience, but then they are adding to the overall experience of the film, that's something that I would take into heavy consideration. However, I feel at this current time, because there's so many people that already get a vote for Best Picture, Emotional Pull has way too much going on with Best Picture. I feel like Argo won because it was Hollywood saving people. That ripped half of the voters in there. And there's nothing wrong with the movie. It was very well made. Was it edited in a way that added to the story? Not really. Was it shot in a way that added to the story? No. Was there better films? I thought Zero Dark 30 was shot in a way that added to the story and edited in a way that added to the story, and it was a better film because of it. It didn't win.
Yeah. Well, now, Sam, why don't you talk some more about boring bullshit?
Sam's boring bullshit.
Well, Beowulf, I chose because we have to get Christopher Lambert involved at some point in here.
Sure,
it was
absolutely.
He's
a stinker staple.
It's either this one or it was Fortress, and I don't really like Fortress all that much, so I'm going to go with this one. Directed by Graham Banker, who did Born to Ride with John Stamos and Alien Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Born to Ride looks pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Written by Mark Leahy and David Chapp.
Wait, Born to Ride's not the sequel to Easy Rider, is it?
No, it's Born to Ride. I think they're like World War II bikers.
Oh.
Like they like got back from the war or something, and then
Better buy a motorcycle.
they all have these military issue Harley Davidson motorcycles, and they go to war in America with their motorcycle. It looks really fucking stupid. Anyway, David Chapp, Mark Leahy wrote this, and that's it. David Chapp wrote an episode of He-Man.
Well,
So that's who we're getting here. Lawrence Kasdanov produced True Lies, Strange Days, Dream a Little Dream with the Coreys. Class of 1999.
Oh, yes. Yes, Mark L. Lester.
Chud 2. Bud the Chud.
Good things.
Yeah, Ghoulies Go to College.
Nice.
5 Mortal Kombat titles, including a 22-episode show, which was the second
There's
attempt.
5 Mortal Kombat... Are you talking game or movies?
Movies.
There's 5 Mortal Kombat movies?
Titles.
Which means...
Including a 22-episode show,
right.
which was the second try because he did a pilot several years before that did not get picked
So
up.
3 movies.
3 movies, a pilot, and a series.
Gotcha.
Christophe Guy Denis Lambert, or Christopher Lambert, whichever way you want to say it.
It might as well be, what was his name? Jesus de Bouvier la Messerschmitt.
Yes, exactly. You'll know him from his roles as Connor McLeod and Tarzan. He has severe myopia. He can't see a fucking thing without his glasses. He doesn't wear glasses in this. If you have myopia, you can't wear contacts. He's virtually blind.
Jesus.
In any film that he does where he's not wearing glasses on
I've
screen.
never seen him wear glasses.
If he's not wearing glasses on screen, he can't see a damn thing.
Maybe that's why he always looks so weird, like he's looking off into space or something.
He can't see anybody.
It adds to his allure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, he's very thoughtful. No, he's just trying to find where you are in the room.
Rona Mitra was... You will know her as the model who was Laura Croft between 1997 and 98.
There was a model?
Yeah, in the covers. Maybe. Or they modeled the character after her and then just took the boob bar and dragged it all the way to giant. Just drag that thing out.
How far does that bar go? We can go up to 120.
You know, I think...
120.
To break away from things that actually matter... The Lara Croft of the video game actually was a perpetual motion machine.
Mm-hmm.
Because her boobs were so big that if she stood up straight, she would just tip over. But they were also so big that she would have bounced all the way back to a standing position, and she would have just been able to do that forever.
Forever.
So they actually invented perpetual motion by putting too big of boobs on a skinny lady. That's the secret right there. Fuck cold fusion.
Science has been cracked.
Yeah, I cracked the code. It's huge boobs. Gauze Otto, who is a fine German actor. We just saw him in Iron Sky, and I'll also mention that he's in Cloud Atlas. Let's throw him under the bus for apparently no reason.
Okay.
Playmate Laura Roberts is Grendel's mother. Producers promised a budget of $25 million, whereas they made the film for $3.5, according to Christopher Lambert. Then they pulled it. This did not get a wide theatrical release. It had a very limited theatrical release. They basically just put this on Blockbuster shelves because it was crap.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Christopher Lambert declined to reprise his role as Raiden in Mortal Kombat Annihilation in order to star as Beowulf in this film. And it's like, which is the worst decision?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you should have
Flip
done
a coin?
neither. Yeah. That regurgitates the opening theme from Mortal Kombat at the beginning of the film.
Oh, no!
Yes.
Mortal Kombat!
I mean, all I can really think about this is as you're saying, like, Mortal Kombat and stuff, right? I'm thinking, but he can't fucking see. Who would want to be in a scene with him where he's got a sharp object and they're like...
He's Raiden, he has the electric zapper powers, and he's got in Mortal Kombat, he's got the glowing eyes, so you can't see his eyes aren't even looking at you on screen.
Yeah, but you're the guy on the opposite end of that sword thinking, oh my god,
He
I
doesn't
hope
have
he
a
gets his
sword.
mark.
He doesn't have a sword, he has zzz powers, like force lightning. Zzz.
Okay.
You remember Raiden? He has the long Chinese hat.
Yep.
He can throw that at you. I don't know if he does. I haven't seen Mortal Kombat.
That does clear up a little bit, though, because I was really concerned about other actors' safety at that point.
Well, if Christopher Lambert can do the throw of the hat in Mortal Kombat, it is just a straw hat, so it would just bounce off of you.
They just give you a paper cut.
Yeah, maybe, at worst.
The throw of the hat was a different character.
No, I thought that was Raiden.
No, it was the guy that had the stupid, like, Pancho Villa hat without the dingle balls, and instead it had a razor on the outside of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, Raiden only has zappy powers then. Raiden sucks. Okay, go
He
ahead.
can fly towards
he
you,
can
I
fly.
think. Something stupid like
Christopher
that.
Lambert cannot.
He did the same move as M. Bison. Anyway, when interviewed about filming Beowulf, Rona Mitra admitted that everybody had told her not to do the film, and it would be a nightmare. Her, after the film said, it was a nightmare, and Romania was a hellhole.
Yeeh.
They went to Romania?
This was filmed in Romania.
Yeah, that's a shit place.
Mad Max,
I've heard good things, actually.
About Romania?
Mm-hmm.
Do they even have indoor plumbing in Romania?
It's Europe!
Mad Max, Mortal Kombat, Xena Warrior Princess, Van Helsing are considered to be major influences behind the film. Way to set the bar high!
Yeah.
Why wasn't this very good? We really like Xena Warrior Princess. We want to make a movie like that. Not to get down on Mad Max, but the shit was very inexpensive.
Yeah, absolutely. And Xena's awesome. Fuck you, buddy.
And Mortal Kombat, like if you're Larry Kasanoff, my other movie inspired me to make this movie. What a dickhole! Some exercises when we view this film. I want you guys to try to figure out, what is Beowulf?
What is Beowulf?
Yeah, because he's supposed to be like...
Not who is Beowulf.
What is he? Is he like he's supposed to be like the son of a demon, according to the plot synopsis? But he's mentioned as many things.
In
so
the poem,
in
he's just a tough guy, right?
Yeah, he's just a tough guy.
Yeah.
So you gotta figure out, what is Beowulf here? And is he Blade?
Like
Also,
vampire killer?
Yeah.
Is he Blade?
Yeah,
Looking out for Blackulas.
kinda.
Huh.
Only, well, killing his own, sort of.
Gotcha. Okay.
How many times does he care too much? I'm gonna try to keep track of that.
I'm guessing a lot.
Well, we're gonna try to keep track of this and compare our notes. How many times can you tell that Lambert can't see? We're gonna write down every instance of we can tell that
Every
Lambert
time
can't
he bumps
see.
into a wall.
Yeah, every time you can just tell he doesn't know what's going on here. And you put that in the checkbox for can't see.
Why is Lambert tapping the ground with his sword?
There's some guy in blue jeans and he's just walking behind him holding his shoulder. And finally, how many low angle flips over camera shots are there?
Okay. Sounds fun. Is that what you got?
That's what I got.
All right. Well, we're out of time, so also this movie is currently on Netflix. I don't know how long it's going to be there, but that's where we're watching it. I suggest you do the same, and in the meantime, get to the chopper.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.